Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, just want to install these Motogadget Mo.blaze bar end indicators onto the R9T, more specific on a Visoma. This is a 11B. B stands for black, so it's a different bar. And I'm going to install these right on there. I think it's 14mm in the diameter here. These indicators come with a bunch of different pieces. Just a little box like this. And we have a couple different rubber parts that you can use for different inner diameter of your bar. And I believe I used the smallest ones for this bar. And what happens is you just push it in slightly, and then once you have grip, you just turn the indicator and it's going to tighten, and just like that the rubber will compress a little bit and hold. Easy as that. The biggest part of course would be the wiring. And you also have different size washers in here for the different rubbers and so on, even a different nut. So you just choose whatever fits, you know, for your bar the best, because this little instruction doesn't tell you much and there ain't anything else in there. For the wiring, you have two of these little tiny push connectors. They're actually pretty neat, I like them, but one already deployed in the box. And also I got these, actually got two different sizes as well. These are actually the thickest ones. I believe this is a 22 gauge, because I also got a 24 and 26. But this comes in this thicker silicone coating, which is flexible. The other ones come just in the same coating as this, so it's pretty, yeah, brittle, you could say. But the wire itself on the inside, if you pay attention and look closely here on those, if you see here, the isolation is not that thick. It's pretty thin actually, and there's a lot of wire in there. Versus these things here, they have pretty thick isolation, and the wire ain't that thick, so this works the best. The other ones, the wire is just too thin, I believe. So I took these ones. This is just the end cap from the bar, and of course it's gonna fit, you know, have to make sure it fits. And I'm going to install this connector on both sides, because if you drop the bike or it falls over to none of your fault or whatever, there's a high likelihood that these get damaged. I mean, installing them, as good as it is, it's also all the way out on the handlebar. It's gonna sit right here. If this thing falls over, the mirror of course will be impacted, and for sure the indicator. The mirror may survive because I got the flip ones, so that may just flip out of the way. And also, wait, are these Visomas or no? These are also Motogadget, the home country. And that's not glass, that's actually polished metal, I think polished aluminum. So they won't break, which is great, last longer. Comes of course at its price, being from Germany and being, you know, not the crappiest thing, but this might break. So you could do this later in case it breaks. I just do it right now when I install it, so I'm set for the future. Have the connector in the grip here. I'm going to drill a hole somewhere down there, because I want to feed the cable into this loom. You know, actually not this one here, because this is closed all the way through the switch block, but I want to feed it in here. So I probably will somewhere here, so I have a short, you know, way into the loom, and then it's gonna come out somewhat here. Probably have to open it up, have a hole in there. Maybe I'm going to raise the tank just to get more access to the wires here, and then you just have to make its way down to here. That's where my connector is. I already have a different one with a different indicator on here. That's LED. It wasn't before, so there's more stuff going on here. I just have to connect it somewhere down there. Yeah, most likely I will lift up the tank. That means taking the seat off, just one bolt down there. Seat comes off. You have to remove these panels. And then there's one bolt, you just crack it loose. And you have these on each side. And then you can lift it up. Also have to remove the cap here, of course. Just pull it out and wiggle it off. Then this tank comes off. I'm not removing it because the battery is connected to the tank. The wiring, all the stuff is there. I don't want to deal with it right now. If you do it by yourself, it's not the easiest thing. It's not fun. Also because of this hose here that has to also come through. So I'm just going to lift it up a little bit. Get some space that I can work in there. Also to push the brake line further in to see if there's space. That's it. So the installation of the indicator is not a big deal. The wiring is. So as to what you need a drill that fits your wire. It's not really that thick. You can make that call by yourself. Whatever drill you have that works will work. Some electrical stuff, right? Electrical tape to isolate. I'm going to use solder because it's so thin. I have no crimp connector that size just will be soldered together. Just a little tip when you do this, if a male and a female connector, and I did one on each side. They actually are directional. That's the left and this is right, and I just made sure that left goes only to left and right goes only to right, so you can't interchange them. How do you get here? We have a T25 to remove these covers. Or snorkel. I don't have a snorkel anymore, just have a flush intake, but it's the same T25. Use the same T25 after you remove the seat. My case was a 10mm because I got an aftermarket seat. I believe it's a T25 something security that is underneath here. Take the seat off. If you have the standard seat, I think it's the screw releases the back seat first, and you just have a little clip you pull up and then the seat comes out. Then you remove the side pieces here. This and this is a T30 and a T45, and then this is a T. See, it's a T30 also. So 45 and 30 to get these wing ends, holders, brackets off here. And then the T45 to release the tank. It's here, goes in there. One left, one right. Tank comes up. Don't forget your diagnostic port here. I think that's how they broke this part before. Anyway, put it up, not too high. Put a 2x4 underneath, and you have yourself some space to work on here. Now, indicator that sits down here. This is the bike harness, and all the other stuff is new. So of course, cut it open and see which wire here runs to my indicator. I think it's right here, tucked in. Just pull my cable from the handle down here, somehow down, somewhere through here, and then make the connection on this cable that goes to the indicator, because it's also LED. Just cut it open and solder it together, and or make a switch or make a connector, whatever you want, and then it should work. Look here, check this out. I'm a genius because I'm smart, and actually I just had a concept for this build, so I knew I'm gonna put LEDs here and bar end indicators on there. So when installing these mini LEDs, I did some preparation. So here, this is your, is this Resoma? I forgot. I got all these parts from PS City Custom over in the UK. This is the adapter from these bullet start adapters to the BMW connector. And then this one is the, or here this thing, is the resistor for the LEDs, because my bike did not have LEDs. I have to include this also. And then this cable runs to the indicator, and I was wondering, what's this one here? What's this one? Just like punched, empty. Because I already prepared for this operation here. So that is already the cable I can use to route to my wire up here. So, perfect. That makes it a lot easier. Open this up, solder this to these mini things, put a connector on there, done. When you have a plan, makes things so much better, man. So just for completion's sake, because I removed the tank and I want you to be able, if you do the same, that you can also torque it down. This little one, the 30, is 5 Newton meter. These ones are 19 Newton meter. Make sure you don't pinch anything. The plastics here, hand tight. These screws here, and also just the bigger one, hand tight. Don't overdo it. It's a frame. You can put thread lock on it. I don't, it's very accessible to check it. Hand tight, see it, hand tight, done. Tank is down already. I have the wires coming out here on this left side, and I have my hole down here. Also here, you can't see it. It comes out right here, and then disappears into the handlebar up there. So it's the shortest possible path that I did here. Cleaned up all my brake lines and everything. Looks nice, tucked away. Can't hide it much more. That's the front end. Just have to tuck the cables in. And another problem I have is this is not long enough. It will barely be long enough to come out here, but you can't really work on this, can't solder. So what I'm gonna do, take my connector, that's another 10 centimeter or so. I will pin these out and then solder it on the cable that's there right now. And then I pull this all through, and then I put the connector back on. In the end, that means I have this much cable sticking out. I mean, I can decide to make it a little shorter. It just has to be long enough so it comes out like this. I don't want to have too much cable, because it all has to go in the end, and you already have quite a tail on here. If this sits on here, this already is in there, and then we add something here. I have to guess a little bit to make sure I have enough cable coming through, so the connectors just not hang out, and then as soon as you unplug it, it zips, goes in. then that's not helpful. But I don't want to have too much cable sticking out. So that's the guessing game I'm gonna play. But first I put the rest of the bike back together. Putting the wires through a little bit of a hassle, but length is good. This is as smooth as it goes. And now we just shuffle it all in. Already checked, it works. And twist it. And there is a direction. I think somewhere it says top or something. So you have to put it in the right direction. This is the white one. And just for reference, you have the number, of course, and you have the logo. And you have on one side there's one LED. On the other side there are two LEDs. I believe the two go to the front, one to the rear, which means the logo shows up. It's the same on the left hand side, two LEDs here to the front, logo top, one to the rear. And then the number, that's just for regulations at the bottom. So you shove it in and then you just twist it until it's tight enough and they show which direction you want them to show. There it is on the bike. Honestly, if you don't know what to look for, you won't see any indicator. Just looks like a bar end weight, which that's the point of it. Nice and black and hidden. Indicates. It does add more to the visibility from the side. While we'll be seeing over here, you have lots of specialty Harleys that have like an entire Christmas tree on there, but this should do. There you have it. Bar end indicators. In my case, additional to OEM location. And over here, all the tiny ones. There's really not much to it. Basically, you just make sure that the rubber you choose matches the inner diameter of your handlebar, and you pre-tighten it to a point that you can just about get it in. Then you can just turn the indicator to tighten it. The most work will literally be the wiring. In my case here, so I took it out here, took it through the OE harness, both sides, and you can't really tell it's there if you don't know, especially from the front. And then it just feeds into each side to your original location. Either you replace the original one with the bar end indicator, that's legal. This one actually replaces or is legal to use as front and rear indicator. So you could clear everything out, but I don't have that much faith in people. So I used it as an additional indicator to the front and rear. I got them from Europe. They haven't been available in the States when I ordered it. They are smoked. Usually they're clear. These are black and smoked. So you really can't really, if you know what to look for, you would know, and you probably know what to look for. On the upside, you add functionality. On the downside, you add fragility. So if ever this thing tips over, pow. That's why I added the little connectors. So if ever I break one, I can just buy one replacement one, and I attach a new connector. I'm gonna link these in the video description. Put it on and I can continue with my life. It's easy as that, and I don't have to bother with all the wiring in there. So that's for it. Thanks for watching. This is one of the almost the last videos of this R9T build. So you can see it's coming together. It's a nice build. Next video gonna address the emblems, and I guess then I'm done. It's been a long journey, but it looks the way I want it to. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.